Hey, welcome back to Five Lakes Garage for another episode of The Project Picks Me. So as a lot of you already know that follow the channel, I do sell wood. I kind of did one about a face cord rack. That's it over there. And basically I've been selling stuff like a cord at a time, a face cord at a time. And I have a couple people that want to have two face cords, and I really don't want to make two trips. So I do have this utility trailer. It's been in the family since the mid 80s. It does have a dual axle on it. It's like a 7,000 pound rating, and it does have trailer brakes. Now I want to take the Taco because the Taco has air conditioning. And since I was able to tune it up, I should be able to tow this without a problem. The only problem is I don't have a brake controller on the Taco. So that's what we're going to do today. So what we're going to do is tow this guy here, which has two face cords in it. And I wrapped it up and everything like that. I actually used cardboard to try to keep it coming out of the sides. And tied it down. She is ready to go. The Taco is not. So let's go look at all the stuff we're getting ready to put in the Taco. All right, we're back over here behind the Taco, and these are the things you're going to need to put a brake controller on your Taco. All right, we're going to start with a couple of screwdrivers. I just got a Phillips head and a flathead. Don't know which one I'm going to need. Also got a 10 millimeter because I got to disconnect the battery. Don't forget that. In case I got to pull off any panels off the front dash, I got some couple of plastic tools there. I got a wiring harness that is specifically made for the Taco. The other side actually is made by the brake controller company. This one is a Curt. There's the box right there. It's part number 51170. And what we're going to do is actually put this guy here up on the dash. I'm going to show you where we're going to put it here in a second. I try to get one that actually will fit into the change holder that we have in the front of the Taco. I'm going to have to make a bracket, but that's all right. So it comes with a couple little mounting discs, and we're going to do that. The only thing that you may have to worry about is that you're going to have to mount this somewhere underneath the dash, which we'll do that in a minute. And then we run the wires, and then we have to terminate every one of these, which is fine. It's got the instruction booklet. You kind of put it in this little plug right here. Follow the instructions. Color coded. It's very easy. And also, one other thing that you always need is tie wraps. It is your best friend. So anyway, let's go into the front of the truck and see where we're going to put it. All right, now we're inside the Taco, and I kind of want to put it right here. We're going to take this change door out and build a little face right there and actually put the dial right there. So hopefully it will look somewhat sort of factory. I chose the round dial because the air conditioned dials on this thing are all round, and I figured why not, let's just make it look good. So a couple little things here. You're gonna have to pull your hood latch out. You have a couple electronics here. We want to disconnect the battery because this is an airbag. You don't want that flying in your face. Looks like we've got some Phillips head screws here. We're gonna pull this out. This whole panel is gonna come out, and we're gonna install it right here. Now behind all this kick panels and stuff like that is going to be your manufacturer plug. Toyota puts these in here to where all you have to do is plug in that wiring harness, mount it, put some power to it, and we are good to go. So let's go ahead and disconnect the battery, get that crap off, and make it happen. Let's go. All right, so this is the module itself. You know, before we actually put it up there, there are two dip switches right here on the side. On this particular model, if you have them on the on position, when you manually engage the trailer brakes, with this being on the on position, it will only go as strong as what you have it set to. So if you have it light, it's only going to do light. If you have it heavy, it's going to do heavy. If you turn these off, you hit the manual switch, it will engage the brakes in the trailer with full power, lock them up, you know, all that good stuff. So be careful with that one. I'm going to leave this one as being on so that it will only engage what I want it to. All right, so once I get the panel put back in, I will find a spot to tie wrap it in. So let's go make a panel. All right, so this is the back half of the panel that we're going to be replacing. This right here, this little bucket is actually going to go away, and we're going to toss in the trash. There's 4 screws, two on either side. We're going to pull that off, and then we're going to make a plate where we can actually mount the switch onto that. So I'm going to go make that. Be right back. All right, we're back. I went ahead and made the bracket. As you can see, all it is a piece of steel. Kind of drilled a couple holes, kind of cut it out with a pair of tin snips. Does not have to be that crazy. All right. So I had a couple plans on what I wanted to do to the front, only because I wanted to try to make it look at least a little bit factory. But I think it came out all right. And that panel actually came from an old network rack. So like I said before in all my other videos, I don't throw anything away because you never know when you're going to need it. So I went ahead and drilled the hole for the mount for the actual knob. And all that really is just one hole for the wire and one hole for this little, it's kind of like a rubberized grommet with a threaded nut inside. So as you tighten it, it actually pushes the rubber part out to actually fit into the hole. So you just kind of drill those two holes. The measurements are in the manual, so you're good with that. So the next part of it is to actually put your connector on. Now, if you caught at the beginning of this video, this connector was not on because you won't be able to fit it through the hole with the connector on. So once you get all that down where you wanted to have it, you will go out and put all these in there. Now, if you look at the instructions, it will tell you the color code and how to hold it, and make sure that they all clip in. It was a little bit of a challenge to get them all to clip in. Once you have them in, you can flip them over and actually check inside and make sure that they are in good shape, and they seem to be, and then you get to close it. There you go. Now we're in there. So we're going to take this back over to the truck and plug it in. Let's go. All right, so now we got to find a place where we want to mount it. This section right up here actually looks pretty good. We're going to just route that up, and then we're going to tie wrap it up there. But first, we need to connect our cable. So I'm just going to route this down here because this is where we're actually going to be going up. And then you plug in your cable. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's all in there, all ready to go. So what we need to do is actually tie wrap that up. So I'm going to do that real quick. All right, so we got it all in there nice and tight wrapped. It is not going to go anywhere. The only thing we have left is all of the cables. So let's do the cables. One other thing you really want to do is actually cut all your tie wrap tabs off. Kind of cleans it up a little bit. There's a couple ways of actually doing that. Right now I'm just going to use my knife because that's what I have on me. But usually I have some flush cut scissors or snips and stuff like that, and that works out great. All right, so all this wire here that I'm getting ready to tie up, I kind of need to get the slack out so I need to put this guy in here. Now, we did unplug all this stuff up here. You didn't really have to take that close of attention of which one goes where, only because each plug is different. Toyota was very good on that. I will give them credit for that. But if you look at all these plugs, they are all different. One size does not fit all. And basically you just find out which one it is and plug it in. So we'll do that and button it up. All right, so everything is in, everything is connected, and everything is tied away. If you kind of want to look underneath, this is basically what we got. Nothing is dragging, nothing is hanging down. Still got to put my kick panel in. Always cycle through all of your pedals to make sure that nothing is binding. You're not going to pinch a wire, because a pinch wire could be a fire, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my kick panel in, my side little floor door stop panel, and then hook up the battery. And then we're going to hook up a trailer. Yeah! All right, there you go. Everything's all buttoned down. It's a little dirty. Kick panel in, door guard in. Everything good to go. Let's get a battery hooked up. All right, we got everything buttoned in. Got everything hooked up. I checked my lights. I got one out. I got to replace that later, but it's just a bulb and it should be fine. It's only the running lights, the brakes, the blinkers, all that stuff still works, so we're good to go. So if you look behind us, we have our trailer, same trailer as we had before. Now, if you look at our dial, so there's our dial. Got my foot on the brake. I'll take it off. My light goes out. Now, to set it, you just rotate your dial. You got green, green, green. It goes all the way up to yellow and then red. So I'm going to pull it back just a little more than halfway. It is a quite bit of a load. And what we're going to do is we're going to move forward, and I'm just going to put my foot on the clutch. I'm going to push the button. Now, if you remember what I said earlier about the dip switches, I have them on so that it will only go as hard. When you press it manually, it will only go as hard as what it's already preset to. Now, if I turn those off, like I said before, if I push that button, it's going to give it 100%, right? So we don't really want to do that. So, well, at least I don't anyway. So anyway, let's test it. All right. So I'm going to move forward. We're rolling, clutch in, button. And we're slowing down and we're stopped. So anyway, everything seems to be working. We're going to go ahead and test it a little bit just to make sure. So I'll take it down the road and get it up to speed and then hit the brakes and see how that works. But everything seems to be good to go. So hopefully you have learned a little bit of something about that and be able to put your own in. It is very easy, not hard at all. So if you liked it, hey, subscribe, tell a friend, have fun, and do it yourself. So until next time, have fun towing. Later.